You might not know it, but Monaco has everything a billionaire could dream of in a vacation escape. It's a place where yachts are longer than city blocks, parties come with six-figure NDAs, and your invite might depend on which Picasso you own. Today, we're stepping inside the most elite parties money can't buy, where secrets flow as freely as the $500,000 champagne. Buckle up, ladies and lads, because we are about to unveil what goes on in the secret billionaire parties of Monaco's elite. Welcome to the playground of power. Picture a country the size of Central Park, only instead of joggers and tourists, it's packed with Bugattis, billionaires, and Bonvillain villas. No prize for guessing. That's Monaco. 2 square kilometers of high-gloss fantasy, where the money is tax-free, the sea is crystal blue, and the privacy is tighter than a tech CEO's inbox. But it wasn't always this shiny. Back in the 1800s, Monaco was broke, dusty, and very much not on anyone's vision board, until it built a casino so glamorous it made European aristocrats forget they had real estate in Paris. Monte Carlo was a gamble that paid off, and ever since, the ultra-rich haven't just vacationed here, they've turned it into a private stage. Then came Grace Kelly. One royal wedding later, Monaco wasn't just Europe's Riviera, it was the set of a real-life fairy tale. Add in zero income tax, legendary privacy laws, and real estate that starts at $50 million a pop, and you've basically created the Disneyland of high finance. But don't let the polished marble and flower arrangements fool you. Monaco runs on unspoken rules, strategic silence, and more offshore deals than a Swiss bank. This isn't about showing off. It's about operating in a world where visibility is a liability, and power is measured in discretion. That's why the parties here don't get listed. They get whispered about, hidden behind gates, inside floating palaces, under the roar of the Grand Prix. There was no press drama or insider leaks, just strong influence, flowing quietly in the dark like a 100-year-old wine. Because, in Monaco, the biggest flex isn't wealth, but being rich enough not to post it. Secrets, scandals, and the price of silence. In Monaco, silence is a currency, arguably more valuable than euros or stocks. And when the rich want to stay quiet, they don't just ask nicely. They enforce it with the kind of legal firepower that makes national governments look polite. Let's start with the NDAs. These are not your garden variety, don't spill the tea contracts. They come with $5 million penalties for a single photo, one wrong caption or one leaked guest list, and you're not just blacklisted, you're financially obliterated. Chefs, stylists, yacht crews, even the guy who trims the bonsai tree at the entrance. They're all bound by contracts you'd think were written by MI6. Security here isn't just tight, it's cinematic. Facial recognition at club entrances, signal jammers around private villas, drones hovering to scan rooftops before guests arrive. At one 2024 gala, phones were locked in velvet-lined Faraday cages. And no, you don't get them back if you just need to check something real quick. There's a reason for this. These parties aren't just parties. They're deal rooms in disguise. $500 million contracts signed between courses. Art auctions with anonymous buyers dropping 8 figures in seconds. And when your client is a tech CEO, a Saudi prince, or a Russian oligarch on shaky ground, you don't want a TikTok reel documenting who danced with whom. Of course, things do slip. A 2023 art fraud linked to a gala sparked a $1 billion probe. A leaked paternity lawsuit put half the royal balcony in hiding. And don't forget the infamous 2022 iCloud breach that exposed yacht guest lists and triggered a $20 million damage control spree. Still, Monaco knows how to recover, fire the staff, tighten the contracts, upgrade the surveillance. By the time the next gala rolls around, the scandal's old news, and the champagne's still cold. In this fortress of fortune, silence isn't golden, it's mandatory. When yacht parties look like war rooms. If you think yacht parties are about suntanning and Aperol spritzes, Monaco's elite would like you to kindly take several seats. Here, yachts are not boats, they're boardrooms. Some of them float, sure, but most are just mobile embassies, dressed in Versace. During the Grand Prix, they form a floating skyline of billion-dollar strategy, lined up stern to stern like Roman warships ready to rewrite a Fortune 500 index. And these gatherings aren't casual. A-listers are helicoptered in. Security is deployed like they're guarding nuclear codes. Drake might perform a private set for 50 guests who had to pass background checks more rigorous than a CIA field agent's. There's no wristband, there's no list. You get invited because of who you are, or what you control. The deals here are real. Last year, a $500 million merger kicked off over scallops and Dom Perignon. A Warhol changed hands mid-toast. A mystery tech buyer dropped $30 million on a penthouse while standing barefoot on teak decking. Themes? Oh, they go hard. One party recreated the Arabian desert. Sand, camels, dancers, the works. For one night, a $100 million villa wasn't in Monaco, it was in Marrakesh. Budget? North of $8 million. Insanity level? Immeasurable. But behind the fireworks and floating caviar bars, there's a serious energy. Power gets traded in real time here. Allies made, deals done, futures shaped. And when the lights go out and the DJs pack up, what's left is a few signed contracts and a dozen unsent messages. Because of course no one brought their phone. As luxurious as these parties are, they're equally consequential. And if you blink or speak, you miss them. Tatiana, Namad, and the art of owning the room. Let's talk about Monaco's inner circle. Not the ones trying to look rich, but the ones who were born on yachts and throw million-dollar dinners just to show off a new perfume. Tatiana Casiraghi, an absolute royalty, both literally and financially. Heiress to a brewing empire, married into the House of Grimaldi, and the kind of woman who can host a $5 million gala and make it look like brunch. Her fashion line? Quiet luxury meets old money sparkle. Her penthouse? Faces the yacht club like it's keeping an eye on the fleet. Her parties are so polished, even the caviar gets styled. Then there's David Namad, the guy with more Picassos than some museums. He buys Monets, like you buy throw pillows. His art collection's worth $500 million, and he stores it right here in Monaco, behind doors thicker than a conspiracy. At 77, he still drops 7 figures at auctions like it's a hobby, because for him, it kind of is. These two don't just attend the secret soirees, they are the brand. Tatiana sets the tone, elegance over noise, influence over attention. Namad sets the stakes. When he shows up, people adjust their portfolios mid-conversation. In short, you walk into a room and feel who's running it. They don't need to post or promote because when these people glide, Monaco listens. Luxury that laughs at logic. So let's say you made it to one of these parties, which is a monumental feat in itself, considering the guest list is shorter than a royal pardon. Here's what greets you. Floral arrangements that cost more than your car. Servers dressed better than most CEOs. And wine older than your parents. The food? It's a spectacle. Lobsters flown in from Maine that morning. Wagyu beef so exclusive it comes with its own passport. There's caviar in everything. On toast, on oysters, probably on someone's shoes. You don't ask about calories, you ask about country of origin. Then there's the show, not a DJ in a corner. We're talking Grammy winners doing intimate sets, acrobats swinging from crystal chandeliers. A light show so extravagant it needs a permit from aviation control. One party auctioned off a jet. Mid-course. Another turned a villa into an actual forest. Not theme party forest, real dirt, real trees, real budget. Don't ask, everything is over the top, but nothing's tacky. That's the Monaco magic trick. Even when it's ridiculous, it's refined. And when the night winds down, the real stuff begins. You'll see hedge fund titans talking shop in a corner, an oil magnate taking calls on a terrace. No one's drunk, no one's messy, because the party is only the stage. The real action's always behind the curtain, the global game beneath the glitter. It's easy to mistake these parties for playgrounds. After all, you've got DJs flown in from Ibiza, fireworks lighting up the Riviera, and fashion so exclusive it hasn't even hit the runway yet. But what really powers these nights isn't champagne, it's deal flow. Because behind every crystal flute and polite air kiss, there's a different kind of transaction happening. A Middle Eastern energy tycoon might be finalizing an equity stake in a European AI startup, casually over oysters. Two old money families could be merging portfolios via a private equity handshake right next to the terrace DJ set, and no one's pulling out a laptop. Everything's done with quiet nods, legacy lawyers, and the kind of discretion that doesn't need follow-up emails. Monaco's parties are soft power in formal wear. You're basically stepping onto a global chessboard. A lot of the guests have their own jets, sure, but they also control shipping lanes, media conglomerates, sovereign funds. This isn't networking, it's alignment. Who's in whose orbit? Who has leverage? Who's being watched? The setting helps. Monaco's neutral, tax-friendly, and borderline mythological when it comes to privacy. It's where people who can't be seen anywhere else come to be seen only by each other. There are no slip-ups and red carpets. And if you don't already belong, you probably don't know what's happening at all. Even the decor serves a purpose. That $20 million art piece on the wall? It's not just a flex. It's an asset, a bargaining chip, a conversation starter that segues into business. The music plays, the glasses clink, and somewhere, probably on a sun-drenched deck overlooking $200 million worth of yachts, a handshake shifts the course of an entire company. Monaco's golden rule: Stay rich, stay quiet. Here's what makes Monaco unlike any other billionaire enclave. It doesn't care how loud you are, just how invisible you can be. In a world obsessed with broadcasting wealth, Monaco rewards the opposite. Silence isn't just expected here. It's enforced, engineered, and worth more than whatever you're wearing. You'll notice it immediately. There are no tabloid paparazzi lining the streets, no influencers live streaming from yacht decks. And if they tried, they wouldn't get far. Signal jammers, $10 million cyber walls, and facial recognition systems make sure every party guest is invited. And every device isn't. Even staff undergo weeks of training before setting foot near a high-level gathering. Not just how to serve without being noticed, but how to exist like you don't. Background checks run deep. Some luxury agencies require up to $1 million in liability coverage, just in case your assistant forgets the golden rule and snaps a picture. The guests, they get it. You don't see the word billionaire on a lanyard. You see it in how they disappear the moment a camera flashes. These are people who've spent decades building empires, dodging scandal, and securing privacy clauses airtight enough to suffocate a PR firm. Their legacies are worth more than the party, and they act like it. Still, cracks happen. A leaked guest list in 2023 triggered lawsuits across 3 countries. A careless server mentioned a name, and it cost him his job and the caterer's entire Monaco contract. Damage, $10 million and counting. That's the price of breaking the code. Because these events don't run on hype, they run on trust. Not everyone gets invited, and the ones who do know better than to brag. The real currency here isn't gold or shares, it's access. And access only lasts as long as your silence holds. In Monaco, staying rich might be easy, but it's staying quiet that's the real art. What did you like the most about Monaco's secret billionaire parties? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more interesting insights into the realm of unseen luxury.